hurt by that. And put up. There was the question. Just I have it in front of me.
Done here.
I can never get shit
Come
done.
on. I know. Pain.
But you know what I can get
And
done?
then what's
Eating
that?
pizza.
And then the other thing is, like, I had live streams that cut off in the middle. You know
Yeah.
how that goes. And so I was editing, trying to get those like spliced together and all that.
Yeah, I know exactly how that goes. I was doing that for the RPG stream. Actually, so the YouTube ones didn't make it crash at all. They worked fine, even though they cut at like the exact same points. I'm just wondering what is up with Twitch's codec when it compresses it to an MP4 that it causes Sony Vegas to crash.
Yeah, that's very strange. But I did this. I spliced together two live streams that were supposed to be one in Premiere Pro, and it worked.
Yeah.
No problems.
Some weird interaction between the codec and Sony Vegas specifically. I probably could have done it in Premiere, but I just fucking hate using Premiere. I have Premiere on my computer. I just hate that so much.
Well, Premiere definitely shows me that I do have a mediocre computer. Because it's funny, because it feels like a great, super, like really fast, good computer, because I can pretty much play any game that I want and set it to pretty much any. I mean, even like Arc, now that I've got it on a solid state drive, it works pretty well, and I can set it on fairly high settings. But man, Premiere Pro, it just eats up everything it can find. And I don't even know if it's Elric says that's a huge pizza.
Huge pizza. What are you doing? This is only 18 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough.
But I don't know if it's CPU / motherboard, or if it's graphics card, or a combination of both. But holy cow, Premiere. If I try to do, like, even doing that Lego NES build thing, because I had to like split it up and speed up certain sections and slow down, and had to, obviously speed it up from 5 hours down to 10 and all that stuff. It's like, it chugs along. It's really difficult.
I am very small. I am only 5'6".
But I managed. But yeah, I think my next computer I'll have to get a bit faster, or else maybe I don't know if I guess I should open up Task Manager and see what it's eating up, because if it's eating up the graphics card, I could just get a new graphics card. If it's eating up the CPU, then I probably just have to get a whole new computer. So, but it's good enough for now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I can actually debate. I am not small. I fit perfectly in medium-sized clothing without it needing to be fitted. So that I will. have you respect me by referring to me as medium.
Medium metal.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Fish or man. You know, I voted in that poll on Rick's stream, but I had no idea what I was voting for. So I don't know what fish or man means.
No, that was who drew the best pig schnorker.
Someone named Fish drew a pig snorter?
Fish or man is a user.
Oh, if they drew it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see theirs. I don't know who that is. But apparently they find your starting soon screen boring, so.
Well, that can't be helped.
I don't even know what a pig snorker is.
It's one of the Cross Comics characters.
Oh.
Yes, it is
So.
lucky being the perfect size for things to fit without adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because I'm not like the average proportion for people and everything fits without adjustments, right? I have slightly longer legs than I do have a torso head combination, because usually right around your hip joint is about your halfway point, right? So your hips to your heels are going to be the same length as, say, like your crotch to your head on average.
Mm-hmm.
I have long legs and long arms and a short torso, but everything fits me perfectly. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. So Joshua Hughes says Rick drew a weed schmoker.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, welcome to the Vomitorium for this grand day of the 27th of April, 2021. This is our weekday show for anybody who's not accustomed to our new schedule. We've been doing it for a week now before, and a surplus of a day for this, so we've been rolling into it. As always, I'm your host, The Metal, and joining me is my co-host, Marsupial Gamer. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent now that I've got this pizza here. I mean, who couldn't be happy when they've got an extra large 18-inch New York style pizza in front of them?
Awesome. Well, happy 10,000 Days of Doom Day.
Oh, yeah.
Been 10,000 days. I'm old.
Since like the original Doom came out?
Yeah.
What year was that?
You didn't see that?
No. I'm assuming like that's what you meant when you said that, but no, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
When did Doom launch? The first one.
Doom launched on December 10th, 1993.
So I was like 2 years old when that came out.
Oh, okay. I was -4. I was 16.
Okay. It would have been 2 years and 8 days.
So if you put days since December 10th, 1993, you get 10,000. That's today.
That is today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that even makes me feel old. A surplus of 10,000 days on this rock.
Yeah. I can't believe it. 1993. Gosh, so it's like about, well, a little over 27 years, I guess, since Doom came out.
Yep, my brother was born that year, and he's 27 years old.
And so you're almost up to 30, huh?
Yeah, I will be as of this December.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It's also 10 years since cross your 50. It's also 10 years since there was a horrible tornado here in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
They had a bunch of memorials and stuff today. Something like 250.
10 years since Doom 3 came out, the horrible, horrible sequel. But I'm like, yeah, but that has to be older than a decade now.
Yeah. No. Apparently 10 years ago, there was a big tornado, which I remember. I was living in Nashville at the time, but I remember when it came through Birmingham. Apparently like 250 people got killed, so it was a bad tornado.
Yeah, I lived through a tornado that killed like 100 people. Actually, it went right by our house, too. We were lucky. Tore up our shed and dropped it right down on the fence on the opposite side of the yard. And it was like split in half over the fence. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Well, not that like 100 people died, but it was pretty cool that happened. I mean, it looked cool from the perspective of being like a 3.5-year-old kid.
Yeah, there was a tornado that came right through Nashville when I was at college at Vanderbilt. And as far as I know, only one person died that I know of. And it was a Vanderbilt student, interestingly. Not even on campus. He was like in a park down the street. But it went like right down Main Street. It was crazy. Or right down Broadway, which is the main road that goes right in the middle of Nashville. And it just like broke windows on all the high rises. And it was just like crazy. Like they didn't even know tornadoes could like go down through a city like that.
Oh, yeah. No,
so,
the worst part is they thought, oh, well, this is going to be safe. You can't do this. The cities are like suction zones. They just tunnel wind through them. The problem is like they tried, as long as you don't leave your streets perfectly gridded, you're fine. Right? Because it'll diffuse it. But if you compare, like New York is a very windy place on certain days because they have a perfect grid for their street. So you could just create like a suction tunnel. We have this problem in Dallas. Dallas is actually like one of the, if not the windiest cities in the entire country. And because we have many roads that are just perfectly gridded in downtown Dallas, and it just creates like big suction zones, and it gets super windy there.
Yeah, I mean, Nashville downtown is like that. It's very gridded like that, but it's not big enough that it can really cause that, as far as I know. It's just, and the roads are too wide. Like that, like Broadway is like a 6-lane road going right down the middle of the city. So it's huge. Maybe 7. I think there's like 1 lane in the middle. So, but they didn't think that could ever happen, but it did back in 1997 or something like that. So, but only 1 person died. So not too bad.
Yeah, see, people probably didn't remember that because isn't that like when Final Fantasy VII came out? So they were preoccupied.
It was maybe, yeah, something like that.
Anyway.
Dylan's now obsessed with shows having themes since.
Well, that's because Ethan Van Sciver's word is apparently law.
Yeah, apparently. What is this? Well, we always have a topic. That's the thing.
Yes. We usually roll into it. We like to have a little pre-conversation before we get into the topic, make things a little organic and natural, and then eventually we'll start talking about the fact that there is a super pink moon rising during this week.
I've never heard
us there.
I swear they keep coming up with new bullshit when it comes to the moon.
Actually, a lot of these names are really old. It's just most people have never heard of them because, like, the news never used these names before.
Yeah. Like, obviously, everyone's heard of a blue moon, and the incorrect definition of it being two full moons in a month.
Yeah.
It's sort of been given that definition, even though that wasn't the original definition. But then they came out with super moons and super red moons, and now super pink moons.
So the pink moon. Wait. Am I dog whistling to my audience with this shirt? This is a Pokemon shirt. I don't know. Guess I might be.
It?
Yeah, dude. Here, let me.
I thought it was just a Hawaiian. Is it like an Alola shirt?
Yeah. It's a Alola. See.
Oh my gosh! I thought those were palm trees.
Yeah, it's got like the extra. Well, there's a pocket there, so you can't tell. Maybe the other side. There's that super tall Executor for the Alola form.
Yeah.
That's like a dragon.
Oh my gosh! It looked like a palm tree.
He is a palm tree.
Yeah. and I had a Raichu, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, the Alolan Raichu.
Yeah,
Where is it?
surfing
Yeah.
surfing on his tail. Elric wants to know where you got that shirt.
I got it from a store called Box Lunch, which is like one of those Think Geek kind of stores. But what they do is for every like $10 you spend at the place, they donate a box lunch to homeless people. So, I mean, I don't know what good that actually does, but it makes people feel better for shopping there, and I guess that's all that matters. And they just have cool shit, so I shop there.
That's awesome. Poke whistling, says Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Flit was getting at with dog whistling, except suggesting people go on a Hawaiian vacation, maybe?
I mean, Hawaii is pretty cool. Expensive, but it's cool.
Yeah. I'd love to go
Yeah.
sometime.
But I don't know. I kind of want
So
to
what is...
grow out a mustache, like a really long one, and get some glasses and just be like Blaine from Red Version, because sometimes he wears Hawaiian shirts. Keeps his head shaved.
Oh, I was thinking Magnum PI, but okay. The mustache and the sunglasses and the Hawaiian shirt.
No, I was still thinking Pokemon, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
So
the
what is it?
Supermoon.
Yeah, supermoon is like when it's especially close to the Earth.
Yes. Now you can't really notice that once it's high in the sky because there's no point of reference, and it's gonna look about the same to you with just the vast space around it. On average, the moon appears about, I think, as big as your thumbnail held at full arm reach away.
There you go, people.
Yeah. And well, I'm holding it at full arm's reach.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
But when it's a supermoon, it's actually about the size of your actual thumb, but in your vision, right past the nail. It's barely bigger, but when you see it on the horizon and there's actually points of reference, it looks a lot bigger because how much closer it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a supermoon, which that was yesterday. I didn't see the news until today because I was caught up on things. I wish I could have let everybody know that there was a supermoon last night. But we're still in the full moon phase because, the full moon lasts for like 3 days or so. And it is a pink moon tonight. Now, a pink moon is specifically because of the time of year it is. It is springtime. They call it that because it's April. It doesn't actually appear pink. It's just a name.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like with cherry blossoms are pink and stuff, so because of the time of year.
Well, I mean, because there is such a thing as a red moon when it's basically like a partial eclipse.
Yeah.
Right? Partial lunar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gets behind one of the shadows of the Earth or something like that?
Yeah.
Gets behind the shadow of Australia.
So what it's named after is there's a pink moss known as the creeping phlox, and this moss grows only really in the earliest springtime with spring flowers in the United States. So that's actually where the name comes from. It's a pink moon because of the moss that grows around the same time that you would expect this full moon to show up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Flit says the P in Magnum PI stands for Pokemon.
Mm.
Pokemon Investigator.
This could be a new branch off for Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. Pikachu PI. Sounds good.
Magikarp PI.
Well, Magikarp is objectively the best of all Pokemon.
Well, now, actually, there's some crazy things you can do with Magikarp. If you give it an endurance ban, which will allow it to live up to like 1 health left. And it uses Flail, which will end up retaliating all the damage it just took back into the other Pokemon.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, if it has 1 health and it takes another hit, does it faint
Yeah.
at that point?
Yeah. But you're pretty much. It's not like the health that it lost. It was the damage it would have taken. So a lot of times, because of the difference in their like levels of strength and stuff, the flail will end up killing the thing that attacked them.
Yeah.
You use like a level 1 Magikarp with this, so you like breed it with flail.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, see, Elric's totally wrong. His sidekick is an Eevee. It's Kangaskhan, of course.
Yeah.
Kangaskhan.
Obviously.
Metal PI. Yeah. Wait, so Flail actually does something now if you use that item?
No, Flail as a move always did something. The move that didn't do anything was Splash, which is just Magikarp splashing around.
Isn't there one called like... Doesn't he also have one that's like Flop or something? Or I think it's Splash.
It's just Splash.
Okay.
And this is Magikarp's like flopped around. It's just Splash.
How, though, in the early Pokemon games, you only would get experience if you actually fought in the battle, right?
If you appeared in battle. So to level up a Magikarp was really painful. You had to put it at the start of your party, and then in the first turn, switched it out, and then it would share half the experience for everything that it fought while it was there. And it wasn't just in battle; it was with each Pokemon. So if you were fighting a trainer as opposed to like individual Pokemon in the wild, you had to use the switch mechanism because you could set it to switch, which will ask you if you want to switch a Pokemon every time you defeat another Pokemon. So you have to switch Magikarp back out at the beginning of that turn, and then once the two start up again, like you're in the turn-based mode, you have to waste a turn switching Magikarp out of battle. It's the only way to get a Gyarados in the original game. You could leave him in the Pokemon daycare for a really long time, but you have to make sure that you don't leave him in there long enough that he gets to level 99, because you can only evolve if you level up.
So you still had to level up.
Yes, you still had to at least do that once to evolve.
Interesting. Yeah, so I already got, I got a Gyarados really early on in Sword because they made it so easy now. You just have him in your party. Have him in your party and he automatically gets experience.
Yeah, because you get experience share at like the beginning of the game. I hate that. Like your whole party just always has experience share. And that's something they did in X and Y. In X and Y, they had like the group experience share, and I turned that thing off.
Oh, you can turn it off?
Yeah, well, in X and Y you can. I don't think you can in Sword and Shield.
Oh, okay. Did we catch the legendary return of Rick Piper? Of course.
Part of it. I was busy. And then I had to set up for this show.
Timothy said the same thing. Holy shit, that is a huge pizza.
No, it's not that big. It's only an 18-inch pie. Listen, you want a big pie? I can tell you where to go to get a big pie. Next time that you're down in Austin, over on, I want to say 6th Street. It's either 6th or 5th. I can't remember. It's been a while. But, I mean, they're both really close to each other. If you don't see it on one, you'll see it on the other. Because it's going to be not at the ends. It's going to be in the actual busy district where everything is. Because almost everything's on 5th Street. That's like the party street of Austin. There is a place called Howick's Death Metal Pizza. It is great. They have live bands playing there, and they will give you a pizza that dwarfs this one.
Oh.
I think it's like a 26-inch pizza or something that you can order. It takes up like the whole table.
I never went there, but my favorite pizza place in Austin was Pizza Perfect.
I've been there, yeah. They're pretty good.
Like the one on the other side of the river has a tree growing up through the restaurant. Have you seen that? It's crazy.
Let's see if I can.
And I think it was a chain, or there were 2 or 3 of them, but I like the one across the river. They had really good like pesto pizza, I thought. But it's funny because there's a Pizza Perfect in Nashville as well, but I don't think they're related.
And Howick's does have like your normal 16 and 18-inch pies if you want to order those, but they have like an extra large one you can get. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of it at the table.
Yeah, I never went there. Although I don't think I ever went down to like Fifth Avenue or whatever.
Yeah.
Fifth Street, Fourth Street. Was it Fifth or Fourth Street that was sort of the?
Fifth is this street. That's the street where everything happens. Is Fifth. Fourth and Sixth around it. There's some things. Sixth more popular than Fourth, but it's Fifth.
Mm-hmm. And it's they call it Austin is the live music capital of the world or something like that.
Well, at least of Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it's kind of bragging. It's mostly because they have a lot of recording studios there as well, so a lot of musicians hang out. I mean, the live music scene here in Dallas is pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
it's funny because
venues, we have better venues, but you're more likely to find like some popular band just set up a random live show in an empty lot or something like that in Austin.
Yeah. It's funny because I moved there from Nashville, and I'm thinking, really, this is the live music capital, really? And I'm like, you have any idea how many fucking recording studios and live music venues there are in Nashville?
Oh yeah, like Nashville is like Nashville actually for the longest time was the music capital period in the United States.
Yeah.
I think LA actually is now just because everything's in LA, but
yeah, Sony Music headquarters is there. I mean, there's so many music studios, and Big Machine Records, Taylor Swift's record label. I mean, there's a ton. That's two. There's like 100.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because it's Nashville. Come on.
Yeah.
And it's not just country. I mean, there's a lot of country, but it's not. Definitely
and it's
not
also the fact that within earshot, basically, it's not the only place in the area that is centered around music, right? Like even Memphis has a huge history with music, so it gets to pull everything from all the surrounding areas to be located directly in Nashville.
Yeah, and I mean Timothy brings up a good point. I mean, there's music studios and live venues all over the country, so I don't know that Austin is all that special, but
oh no, Howick's Pizza, Howick's Death Metal Pizza with the live music, yeah, it's actually a really good pizza place. I'd recommend it. It's fluffy pizza. I mean, I like thin. I mean, this is like a classic Brooklyn style thin crust pizza, the way it's supposed to be. It's not Chicago style. It's still closer to Brooklyn. It's just a fluffy pie. They put a lot of yeast in it. It gets fluffy. If you like that, I think it's good. It's a nice change when you're down there.
To Flit and Timothy, if you ever go to Austin, I highly recommend check out Pizza Perfect. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. I'm sure they're all the same. And check out the pesto pizza. It's really good. Very, very good. With like a white cheese.
I can't guarantee that they still do the giant pizza. Especially after this whole pandemic thing. And Austin was as crazy as most of the other places outside of this state. But I can guarantee that you'll still at least get a pie this big. Because they were always doing that before they did the giant one.
Yeah. And of course, my information on Austin is now 20 years old, actually.
Yeah. Last time I was in there, 3 years was the last time I was in Austin. So it was a lot more recent than you.
Yeah, it's actually the 20-year anniversary of my 13-month stint in Austin.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't skimp on the food. They were a pizza place first. Like, their pizza was good. And the guy, it was so popular, he called it Howick's Death Metal Pizza, and he's in the live music capital, as people call it, that he just started, renting out part of his place for live bands to play. And it attracted even more people. Like, oh, dinner and a show. No, I love Howick's.
Yeah.
I was actually upset. I went there with a bunch of friends. SGC 2016, which was the very last Screw Attack gaming convention. It was at RTX, which is the Rooster Teeth Expo. And me and a bunch of people from across the country that I know were all there because that's where we used to meet, was at the Screw Attack Gaming Convention, and nobody wanted to go. I'm like, come on, dude, there's this really nice pizza place I want to take you all to. You'll love it. Just nobody wanted to go.
I'd go.
They'd
I'd
rather go to
definitely go.
Witch. Like, you go to Witch anywhere.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. John Dillon.
Hello, Mr.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Especially because I got my pizza.
You got pizza. You'll never guess what I'm eating.
Pizza?
What?
No,
Oh.
and I'll show you. Camera goes on. Piece of cheese.
Oh, okay, well, you know, we're both eating cheese.
Big old block of cheese.
That's what happens when you're married.
Yeah. You know, I'll even give
Really?
you a better look at this pizza, too.
Yeah, they just give up completely.
Got like half this pie left. Right.
What is that, like an extra medium?
It's 18-inch extra large.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That box looks so huge next to metal because metal's like 4'3".
Yeah, I'm pretty small.
But he's like a hobbit. So John was the only one who showed up to my premiere today. Can't believe it. Just feel sort of betrayed.
I was probably asleep.
Betrayed by me?
No, betrayed by everyone else. You are my only friend, clearly.
Yeah, don't forget that.
And I forgive Metal if he was asleep. So everyone else can go to hell.
I told you, I was up
Straight
until like 5:30ish or something like that.
Mhm.
I think Metal showed up to your premiere just to write late and gay and then left.
Did he? I'll have to go back over the
I should
the
have.
chat.
Should have set up a bot to do it for me.
That's right. At work. That's no excuse. I was at work too. In fact, I completely forgot about it and completely forgot to like promote it or anything until it was like I actually had my browser on it, and then suddenly the music started and I was like, oh, it's 1 o'clock already. Oh well.
Okay, so I went around and I saw this video you were talking about with Ethan Van Sciver saying that all the streams are just boring.
Yeah.
I was just giving Rick a hard time because
Yeah.
I was asking him yesterday about what the show was going to be about. What was the theme, right? What was going to happen?
Yeah.
And you guys were like, well, I guess we'll talk about it if he says, right?
Yeah,
So I was giving him garbage about, I knew because he was like, you have to watch to find out. So I knew he had no topic at all, and no theme. So I was like, what's the theme of this show? And then I went and watched. Oh man, that was a pretty good video. How apropos.
Yeah, yeah.
It was, right? Yeah, I think I did a better job of speeding it up and slowing it down in certain parts.
Then with the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Actually put a little effort into it this time.
This is a super
Yeah.
cool thing. Have you seen it?
I can
Yep.
show it to you. I'll have to. Yeah, it was hard
They
in the
showed it
video
on
to
stream
like
before,
get
too.
straight. Yeah, I think I've showed it before.
Mhm.
I just doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, but you gotta like put it on a pedestal, put it in like high def, turn the wheel, show what it does, you know.
Yeah, see, it's hard to turn the wheel and keep it straight, but yeah,
Oh, well, set it on your desk, move your camera.
that's too hard.
But for people
Yeah,
listening
indeed.
to this part later, it is the Lego NES or Famicom. Is it NES? Yeah, it was the NES.
And yes, yeah.
And this was the TV that came with it, and it is composed of Lego bricks itself, and it is set up to actually rotate around the center,
Okay.
so it looks like
Like a
Mario
carousel.
is like a carousel, and it is Mario going through something that's similar to 1-1. I don't think it's exactly, and it has to loop,
Right.
but it's basically him in 1-1.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the TV. It even like it looks like a CRT on the back.
He's got an antenna.
With an antenna. Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's cool. And it's got a stand, but it just kind of sits on the stand. It doesn't actually connect to it. So that's
I
why-
saw the stand. I was not impressed.
Yeah, I didn't like the stand, but yeah, that's it. I've got it.
Like they were
See,
trying to do one
well,
of those like old cartoony style Jetsons TV stands. You know what I mean?
yeah, where you just
Yeah,
gotta draw
yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. Yeah, it's just this. Yeah, it's kind of cheap, but It kind of just sits on there.
It's
But
like shit.
when I get my new office, when I move into an apartment or whatever, I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna put it in the background somewhere. So along with the NES.
I think it's wonderful.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Everyone, the video is up on my channel. It's just like
And a great way to spend 5 hours. Who wants to spend 5 hours,
Exactly.
writing a story?
Yeah. I managed to condense it a little bit.
Yeah, but you still had to spend 5 hours the first time.
Oh, great way for me to spend 5 hours. Yes. I was thinking of stories while I was doing it.
I was with you during the first half when you were building the NES. I hopped on with you.
Oh, yeah. I was mostly chatting with GMT this time around.
Wait a minute, I forgot you did a whole console on top of this with the controller. How many hours in total are you invested in this?
9 hours. Took me 9 hours.
Wow.
I mean, over the course of... I did it in a day, but this was weeks ago. I think I did this like 3 weeks ago. So it took me that long to get around to editing the video.
I should order one and then build it in like a fraction of the time that you did.
We do a metal Lego building speed run and watch. He gets to the end, he's missing pieces and shit.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he was.
Here's the thing, though. These little things, every little square here had to be put in square and rectangle. By the end, my fingers were killing me. Crazy.
I wonder if there's a.
That's what she said.
If there's like an audience for that, like Lego set building speed runs.
Yeah, maybe. Timothy, if Timothy wants to see my denouncement, it's not on my channel. It's on somebody else's channel.
I mean, you should clip it and put it on your channel.
Oh, I did. I downloaded it.
Oh, send it to me too.
Okay. I downloaded the whole video. I'm gonna clip out the part where he specifically denounces me and Dillard.
I'm gonna put it together right in the beginning of my videos.
Yes.
It's gonna be right in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Where Ethan says, I'm going to have Ethan on there. We're saying, John Dillard, yeah, kicks ass. And then it's going to go right to, fuck John Dillard.
Yeah. Oh, you have one of Ethan saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I also got one of Jiminy Cricket saying, stupid John Dillard.
Speaking of...
I think it's hilarious when people say my full name.
Yeah. Speaking of, Friday on the schedule... assuming that he sticks to it and doesn't back out, we will be having Jason Robinson on the show to talk about, the comic he's been involved with and stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to be running it through... I didn't hear what you said.
I made a joke, but it wasn't loud enough, so nobody heard it.
Oh, okay.
It's on Friday.
Yes, on Friday. I don't know if we'll be running it through Discord or through Meet or whatever. I will talk to him closer to the date. I think he's been using Discord for Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition when he hops on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they've been running it through there, so he should have no problem just coming in through this. But yeah, so we'll be hanging out with him, and he's actually said he's going to while we're talking, I'll probably have him mostly highlighted for the video audience. He'll be drawing a picture that he owes me.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome. That'll
be a fun stream.
Yeah, no, Elric, EDS didn't disavow Dillard. Someone else did. I was having some fun on Twitter earlier, and apparently Rebel Comics was talking about this, that somebody is wants to charge $2 to have someone go on their live stream. Do you know who that is? I didn't even know who it was. I was like,
that sounds like a Nasser move.
Yeah, really.
I'm gonna wait till I'm finished doing this.
Yeah, so I reply, and he was chatting with someone. Lost Lenore, and Josh the animator, and they were like, that's crazy or whatever. And I hopped in. And I was like, well, the Vomitorium is 100% free. You can jump on. You can be on any time. And Metal comes in saying, well, you have to let us know ahead of time.
I was just clarifying. It's like anybody could come on. I just need you to
Yeah.
book in advance. We can have anyone,
Well-
but we can't have everyone on at once.
I was thinking to myself, come on, Middle. No, A, nobody watches this show. B, nobody's ever on the show. Like I don't
Hey,
think
you know what?
have to
I
give them
gotta
a
set this stuff down early, or else people walk all over you.
copy. Yeah. Well, at the same time, I was thinking, oh, he's just making us sound big. Like we've got a whole lineup
Hey,
of people.
you gotta
who-
work yourself up, man. You know, fake it till you make it. And you know what? We actually do have somebody scheduled for Friday, so
We do.
you
Well, I didn't
zip
know
it.
that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Who's scheduled in advance. So thank you, Jason.
Yeah. Well, I didn't blow your cover or call you out on that. I let that slide.
Listen, I'm the one working things behind the scenes. I know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. I just thought that was hilarious. So it's like, come on. If somebody said like 10 minutes beforehand, hey, can I come on your show? Like we'd actually say no.
No, we wouldn't, as long as there's nobody on. Right, but what if
Right.
we had somebody scheduled that day? Like, what if on Friday and they didn't know to ask ahead of time? 10 minutes before, it's like, well, we're actually already talking about somebody's thing, and we're only doing an hour block on the weekdays.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And sorry, Flit. I didn't mean to. I was. That was exaggeration. That was hyperbole for effect. We appreciate everyone who comes and watches, of course.
Anyone who watches it live, and anybody who watches or listens to it in post in any of the places.
That's right. That's right. We appreciate you 100%.
Because actually, our listens are going up on SoundCloud again. I think probably because of the
Oh, cool.
frequency in which we're uploading things.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So was the topic today just the pink moon?
I had some other things we could talk about, but you brought up the guy charging, and I figured we could still talk about this conversation.
yeah.
The guy's name
Yeah,
is
we-
Pops Van Zant. He runs a group called Comic Related Madness on Facebook.
Oh,
It's
that's
actually
that
a pretty
guy
fun
that
group.
was beefing with Larry Higgins
Yes,
back in the day.
He's still kind of beefing with him.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the beef with Larry that's kind of causing this whole charging people to be on thing.
Yeah, it was Larry who was talking about it. Here comes the spit, says Flit. So, what were they beefing about? Is this a Comicsgate beef or something
I
else?
have no clue, to be honest. It has something about shows and stuff like that. I think even the whole beef with Pops is part of why Larry won't do Comicsgate anymore. Like, that's actually directly related to that whole thing.
Oh,
Like, this is actually just one
Oh.
big ongoing thing that's going on, you know, so.
Gotta get Larry on. There's so much drama he's involved in all the time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to get it
You never
straight
know
from him,
exactly
'cause I don't know
what
everything.
caused what, you know?
yeah. That sucks because as much as I disagree with what Larry was saying a couple weeks ago, I really like him, and I think it really sucks that he's mad at whoever he's mad at because it's obviously bleeding into other things and other
Yeah.
people. And I'm like, I like Larry. I would love to have him on the show. I think he's a great guy. So I don't have any beef with him. I think he's great.
Yeah.
I just wish whatever.
No, he's one of the people I actually enjoy watching. He's very
Yeah.
quick. He doesn't leave dead air. He always has animations going on. He's quick with the soundboard and all that stuff. And not
And-
only that, like his editing is really good when he puts his little vignettes together. Very
Mhm.
snappy, very good.
Oh,
And he's
good
quick.
stuff.
He's quick on his,
And he's
quick-witted.
entertaining
Well-
to talk to, like, even not on his own show, just any conversation you're having with him. He's just
Mhm.
in and out of it like that.
Well, it was his show that inspired me to put the little Shantae dancer on my live stream. That was totally a ripoff of him, and the music at the beginning. Totally. I mean, I was very enamored of his his intros, and I'm like, I want to get cool stuff like where he has like Mandy Summers saying Rebel Comics is so amazing and all that kind of stuff. That's why I'm definitely going to clip the my formal denunciation because I'm going to put that at like the beginning of my live streams and stuff. Because I love Larry's show and yeah, he's great. Good stuff. John has turned into his black and white comic strip. I think he's all black and white right now, and he kind of looks like the Buckler.
No, there's some color. He's just washed out.
You got a problem?
No, I think it's cool. It's like stylized Dillard.
It doesn't look as gritty on the live stream. I'm looking at it.
Mm.
I wanted it to look very gritty, but it's coming out in
know.
the Discord, but it's not coming. I look like a mad Arab, right? But it looks like
Yeah.
it looks all like really nice on the Discord. I mean, on the YouTube.
Yeah,
Do you have
yeah,
a filter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I've got filters somewhere.
You need to be pinker, Metal. Not enough
I
pink.
might actually be able to do that. Let me see.
It's a pink moon. You need to be pinker.
Pink moon.
You know what?
Look classy.
If I were capturing my camera through OBS and not through Discord, I'd be able to put a filter on just that. But because it is capturing the Discord screen, there's no filter I can put on me that won't affect the rest of you guys too.
I can do filters on my background,
Mm.
but it doesn't affect me for some reason.
Well, let's see. I got stuff.
John's gonna work on it. Timothy says Diller does not look like an asshole. Nasshole.
I got a lot of LUTs that I can drop on any video at any time.
hmm
Just don't remember which one. I needed to label these things better.
So what else? I mean, I guess, is there anything more to that? Like, so dude's charging $2. Why? Like, is it because of the whole, like, I know with
that
like
makes all of us pinker.
Oh, cool. I know with EVS, he would have people on his live stream and he'd get their comics funded and then they'd shit all over him. And
Yeah.
so he kind of, stopped doing that. And that's a shame. But is it because of something like that where he would have someone on his stream and then they'd like turn on him? Or I don't even know.
I really don't. I'm not too.
I don't
I've
really
just barely
look.
heard
That's
about
not
it.
even the point. The point is, it's stupid. He has a tiny channel. There's no way he can have anybody on his show that he would make a significant difference in their career. What the hell is the point, other than being an asshole?
That's what that's what Larry was saying, was like, who the hell's going to spend $2 to be on a show with 10 viewers who are just like the people on the panel? They're the only people viewing.
There you go. I put a low light filter on, makes this look more underground.
Yeah, there we go. I'd say just leave it alone.
Yeah,
no,
I look
I'm gonna-
way
I'm gonna
better.
take it
I look way better on YouTube now. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the filter off. I just wanted to. I forgot what I had, to be honest.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
But yeah, I
Timothy
don't
says
know.
I'm going to charge him $2 for charging me $2. I'm going to charge him $3 if he tries to charge me $2.
Damn, you're shyster.
Well, if
So-
the show is making more money, which at the moment is barely anything at all, we'd even be fine with throwing some tips at influential or regular guests. The other way, supporting the people that help our content.
Yeah. I mean, I could see, like, you go on Comic State Live with Ethan Van Sciver, if you have a comic book out there, you're going to make like tens of thousands of dollars, right? So I could see paying him. As far as I know, he doesn't charge, but who's going to pay anything to a channel that has 10 people watching? No offense to the 10 people watching us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. That's right. See, Rick's got it. He's going to charge $5 for the privilege of having him on. It is a privilege to have Rick on any show.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny
that like appearance fees are actually a common thing in industries, especially in the entertainment industry.
well, you pay them to appear.
Yeah, an appearance fee. That's what he said. I'm going to charge $5 for the privilege of having me on. That's an appearance fee. Now that's common. I get that.
I mean, nobody's paying to even go on, the Late Show or whatever. I'll go on TV. Who's going to pay? That's crazy. I mean, it's just it's almost pointless to rant about because it's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua Hughes has a good point. He says, I feel like Rick should pay his chat.
Well, it's funny. There was a lot of pent up demand for some Rick time over the past 2 weeks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks?
Has it been 2 weeks?
I think so.
At least
like
over
that's
a
about-
week.
Yeah. So what's his plan now? He's on Cross Comics for anyone who doesn't know. He's going to be on just once a day for an hour or two. Is that right?
From what I heard, I wasn't there the whole time, but I was busy working on stuff. But I have to build a table for my sister-in-law. But he's going to be doing once a day, a live stream once a day at that time, which is going to be 7:00 Eastern, for 1 hour, possibly 1.5 hours.
I thought he said he was doing it once a week.
And he's going to be doing, I don't know. He's trying to break it up.
Or that he was doing 2 a week, right? He was going to do Sunday, and then he was going to do like a Tuesday show.
I don't know.
That's what I heard. But I was in and out as well because I was busy.
Well, I saw John saying he's going from 20 hours to 5 to 10. So that would make it every day, 5 days. I don't know.
But he's also not even going to be on YouTube. He's going to go, I don't know what he's trying to get people to go over to some new streaming Rumble thing. Yeah, what's the point? I don't know.
I'm not doing that.
Might as well just be like, I left. It's like he's not really back, you know.
They're like really big YouTubers that were trying to get me to go onto Rumble. I'm like, nah, sorry. If it was a better site, maybe, but. Yeah.
I mean, I hardly ever go on D Live anymore. So.
I do if I get a notification. Like, I missed it last time because I had to do something immediately after our stream. But I got the notification Mr. Squeakers went live like right as we were ending.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, we definitely appreciate our 1D Live viewer, Mr. Squeakers, who's always on there. We will continue to broadcast there. So.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
I for the most part, I go to wherever like the person I'm viewing is. But there's some sites like if you're the only person I'm ever going to watch in this site, I'm probably not going to go there.
Yeah, I really wish. I don't understand why they couldn't get streaming working on BitChute.
Yeah, because I was already at BitChute.
Yeah, and it's gotten really quite popular, you know, as sort of like a backup site. And I follow several people.
Streams, the Odyssey, right, with the library token, and that's also kind of like a chained network like BitChute is. I don't know why BitChute can't figure that out.
I don't know. They kept saying we're gonna have live streaming, and they never did. So, man, John looks like film noir over there.
Right, super classy.
And mysterious.
Like Sin City over there. You'd have like a splash of blood go across your screen.
No, I don't know. I maybe I should just start writing jokes for these lamos that do live streams.
Maybe you should start writing jokes for yourself.
Isn't he? I mean, he's making comic strips.
Is he though? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I get him. Apparently, you need him.
I wasn't. I mean, the joke was at my expense. I wasn't gonna like, validate it as he's sitting there smiling and like nodding his head. I'm not gonna say anything.
I was waiting for a damn it marsupial or something.
I am looking for a clip. I do have a. There was I forget where it was, but I do have. There was a video. It was a. Like I'm collecting responses to me from other streamers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there was metal, and he was like really, I was just pestering him to no end, and he was like, "God damn it, Dillard!" Like I wanted something like that.
Oh.
You premiered something, or you put up a video recently. Oh, is you doing your garage, right, John?
Yes. No, not my garage. My brother's garage.
Yeah, the stencil, the Cobra Kai stencil. When you put that up, I didn't know what it was at first. I think that's what it was. And I went to watch it, and I was like, "Oh, did he do another cartoon?" I was so excited. I love those cartoons. But
I need to do another one because I've only done that one since the Oasis and the RPG. I need to go find another spot to animate.
Mm-hmm. What do you use to animate? What do either of you use?
Oh, I'm just using Sony Vegas.
Oh, there's stuff in there for that?
Yeah, I'm just doing keyframes and like filters and stuff. Like it's literally the laziest and most basic animation you could do.
Yeah. What do you use?
I use a program called Olive.
Oh, I've got that.
Yeah. I think I was the one that recommended
probably somebody one of you recommended that to me.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was me.
I use Olive for the moving parts, and then I move everything over to Filmora, kind of tighten everything up.
Okay. So is that cat named Aldo?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. It's cute. Majestic.
It's not going to be a cute cat, even when it's cleaned up.
I know.
It's just not going to have fleas popping off of it all the time anymore.
Oh, good. Good.
It'll look slightly better than cigarettes.
Well, I get your comic strips after somebody explains them to me. Then I think they're funny.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
They're a little cerebral, I guess. Take some thought.
Cerebral.
Is that really a word you would use to describe anything that comes out of John Dillard?
No.
So, was that the end of the discussion? I guess I saw as far as Larry and who is it again?
Pops
Something
Van
Pop.
Sant.
Pops Van Sant. Does he have a comic out?
No, he is strictly on the consumer end of things, and he runs what he calls as a digital convention.
Okay.
Yeah, which he was like at one point in time, what CromCon I think is what he was calling it, and it's a digital convention where he was having panels and he was inviting people, and people had to like reserve their spot. But it's like, okay, so this panel is just a live stream. We do these things all the time with a bunch of other people. It's easy to get on a panel with other creators. Having to reserve your spot for this convention. I understand a lot of people are watching, but like, it's nothing special. It's not like showing up to a live event with possibly hundreds of people in front of you on a panel with other people in person.
Yeah. I mean, do artists, like if you go to a convention, do artists pay to get a booth?
Yes.
Often, yes.
They do. Okay.
Unless you're invited. Now, if you are somebody who's been invited for a panel, they will likely give you a booth on the house as part of the invite. But anybody else who's not like a guest who is invited in, yeah, you have to pay for a booth.
What about this? I saw your boy Zach did a video about Artist Alley at a couple of Comic Cons. Do you have to pay for that?
Yes,
I saw
any
that.
booth.
That's where you're going to be. If you get a booth, it's going to be in Artist Alley.
Yeah,
I
only
see.
the invited people get to be in like the main section, and that's where they have the free stuff. Their publisher or agent will set it up for them. They're a guest. They aren't like a merchant. Artists in Artist Alley are basically considered merchants. You're there to
Right.
sell.
So it's similar to
Right.
like a game convention in that
Yeah,
way.
they're almost exactly the same. Yeah.
Mhm. I got it.
That's why a lot of people split booths.
Yeah, if you're a nobody. Realistically, the only people that get invited are not even pros, but the biggest of the pros.
Or often not even like the biggest of the pros, right? Like occasionally you will, but most of the time it's nothing to do with creators. It'll be like an actor on a show that was made off of this property or something like that. Even sometimes like the big pros still have to get their own booth if they want to be at a convention.
Yeah. I could see if you were going to do some sort of online convention or something that was going to have a couple thousand people watching, then like charging people basically as like sponsors, right?
Yeah.
You'd have people potentially paying to be a sponsor, and then you basically give them an ad for that.
It doesn't fucking matter. This guy don't have no goddamn audience. Why is this even a thing?
That's what I'm saying. If you got several thousand people watching, that would be a thing. But yeah,
if you got several thousand people watching, then you do it anyway. You still don't charge people. What the hell's your problem?
No, I agree. Obviously, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Like, under what conditions would you even dream of charging somebody? It's stupid.
Yes, a lot of artist alleys, when you sign up, they do ask your gender now and your pronouns.
Yeah, I saw that video. I mean, I'd never get accepted. I'd be a smartass, and I'd put beep bop boop for my pronouns, and I'd put, the tack helicopter for my gender, because we need diversity.
Well, it also depends on the convention, right? Now, most of these conventions are ran by the type of people that would do this. You'll find some saner ones they'll be optional. Like they'll give you a name tag if you want it, like a nameplate to put on the table. But if you're like, I'm not dealing with that shit, they'll be like, whatever, we don't care.
Hey, y'all going to Anime Matsuri? I hear it's on. It's on here.
Maybe. I'll consider it.
Maybe. I'm considering.
When is it again? Let me look.
Sometime in the summer.
Well, yeah, it's usually in the summer, but like trying to figure out where in the summer.
The hell are you talking about?
Anime Matsuri. It's July 8th to the 11th.
Yeah.
What? I'm assuming it's in some sort of an anime expo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you're also going to have games and artists and stuff like that there too.
It is in Houston, Texas.
No, I could visit my friends in Houston.
Not going to that shit.
It's not even close to me. You know how far away Houston is?
It's closer than it is to me.
Yeah, closer to me than it is to you, but that's like you driving to the next state over.
Go to the website and look at their cosplay guests. I'm definitely going.
Yeah.
I only have 2 listed, but wow.
Who are the 2?
Hannah Bunny. You know Hannah Bunny?
Yeah.
And Hanayami.
Okay, yeah.
Someone from Taiwan.
I think, I know both.
That looks fun. Are you allowed to take their picture without their consent?
I mean, most cosplayers want you to take their picture. They just don't want you touching them with.
They're going to charge you $2.
And yes, Vic Mignogna is going to be there as well.
What is the big deal about this guy? I don't understand. Is it just because he's famous because of that thing?
Yeah.
No, he was already a very popular voice actor before that. So, I guess we can go a little longer. It's already 9:02, but I can explain this. In Japan, voice actors are actually seen as celebrities, unlike here. Right? You don't think of any voice actor as a celebrity here in the States. Not even somebody like Frank Welker or something like that, right? But a lot of the voice actors here.
I don't even know what Frank Welker looks like.
Yeah. But a lot of the voice actors here think they're celebrities, while nobody actually sees them that way. Except with one exception, Vic is actually kind of a celebrity. Right? And Vic, most prolifically, was the voice of Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, and that kind of carried most of his career. But he's done tons and tons of voices. He also was part of the fan project where he played Kirk on the Star Trek The Voyage Continues. Yeah.
That's how I knew him. I didn't even know he was a voice actor. I knew him from Star Trek Continues.
And he has a huge fan club that is even named after Full Metal Alchemist. It's called the Resin Bull Rangers. Resin Bull is where Edward Elric is from. And he's like the only voice actor that you could actually consider a celebrity. People knew what he looked like. People would line up in drones to meet him. And he's a really nice guy, too. So, like, anybody who's had an interaction with him that wasn't messed up in the head, for the most part, wanted to see the guy again.
Yeah. So he'll be there. I'd love to go. I might plan to. Not just for Vic, but because I've never been.
Yeah, there are a couple other voice actors that might fall into that category. Troy Baker is really big. Travis Willingham is also really big. I'm trying to think. I think there might be and Nolan North. Nolan North is also like super huge.
So big.
Yeah. But aside from that, the only voice actors that are celebrities are celebrities who went into voice acting, like Mark Hamill, right? He was already.
No, I mean, like the only like straight up voice actor I've even ever heard of, other than Mignona, was like Billy West.
Yeah.
Like that's the only one. Like I know
Johnny
that Mark
Young
Hamill,
Bosch,
yeah.
But Johnny Young Bosch was also a celebrity before he became a voice actor too, so he falls into that. He used to be a Power Ranger.
I don't know. Was Billy West in anything before he became a voice actor?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Might have been.
'Cause I would say that most people know him.
For Ren and Stimpy.
I mean, just know his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
He played Fry, right?
I would say he's an actual
Well,
celebrity.
he played like half of the voices on Futurama.
Yeah. He did voices for Doug, Ren and Stimpy.
Phil Lamar is an actual celebrity, but he also did stuff before he went into voice acting. He was on Mad TV. He was in Pulp Fiction. But he's known more for voice acting these days.
Billy West was in Tiny Toon Adventures.
Yeah. Buster Bunny.
Oh, he played Buster Bunny?
I think so.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked into it.
Yeah. Timothy. Yeah, cool. So
happened.
I think that's the show.
That is the show. It's 9:06. Anyway, thank you everyone for showing up, and thank both of you for being on the show. Even though one of you are my co-host, you're under no contractual obligation to be here, so thank you anyway. And for everybody watching or listening to the future, you can catch us at our regular time or on any video on demand anytime past that. You can support the show in the normal ways, possibly throw some money at us if you really like us, but the best way you can help is by sharing us with somebody who hasn't heard the show before but might enjoy it. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.
See ya. Bye, Dylan. Bye, Metal.
Bye.